A quilt can tell a story because it's made from fabrics that came from something that meant something to you. And traditionally, quilts were made from whatever fabric you could find. The old work shirt, the dress that got ripped that you couldn't use anymore. Quilting was women's work, but it was a way for women to express themselves and their creativity. It was your hope chest, your trousseau, what you brought to your marriage, to your family. The quilt, it has to have 3 layers. It has to be stitched through 3 layers. It has to have a binding. Traditionally, quilts were made by hand. And there's also a new kind of machine called the long arm machine. The newest machines, some of them are computer programmed. And that has really revolutionized the quilting world.
I am starting to see younger women come to quilting, and it's exciting. They are doing quilts that have a real modern vibe to them. And I'm so excited that they're finding this craft as a way to get away from the digital world that they spend so much time in. There's all kinds. There's traditional quilting, there's crazy quilting, there's art quilting. Quilting does take some technique, and matching corners and things like that does require some skill. So there's a bit of a craft to it as well, in addition to just the art form and the expression. This is Wild Idea, and I chose the name Wild Idea because the theme of our show this year is wild Texas flowers. So I had hoped to interpret the theme with a really wild quilt. There's a spider web up in the top. These are bamboo, and on the back of the quilt, though, I wanted to do something totally crazy, and I did all metallic thread. It probably took me about 70 hours, I would guess, but I love it. So, you find time for the things you love. I grew up watching my mother quilt and laying under a quilt and seeing the beautiful colors, the light come through the quilting frame. It just spoke to me from a very young age. I spend most of my day behind a computer screen and working with numbers, so this is what allows me to feed my soul. It's my passion. I hope that you'll come away with an understanding that the Austin Area Quilt Guild as a nonprofit is serving the community by promoting the art form and the craft of quilting, and it's our fondest desire to want to share it with others in the community.